Hey Chicago, what's up? This is the YCCS Talks podcast, and I have all the single ladies with me today. Who runs the world?
Girls!
Yes! We run the world, and I'm so excited to have for our Glamover podcast two lovely young ladies from Westtown Academy. Woo, woo, woo. They're from Westtown Academy, one of our campuses located on Sacramento and Franklin in Chicago. And I have the Glamour Squad. This Glamour Squad took these ladies from beauty to beautiful. Oh.
I love that.
And so I'm going to let the Glam Squad introduce themselves first, and then I'm going to introduce you to the lovely princesses I have to my left. And so we'll start.
Okay.
With Styles by Blaire.
Hi, y'all. I'm Blaire Brown, also known as Styles by Blaire. I'm trying to transfer it into BB Style Me, just trying to rebrand a little bit. I am a wardrobe stylist for some celebrity artists, as well as a fashion designer. I have my own brand called Legendary Originals, where I focus on women. It's all about the girls.
Stephanie J.
Hello, everyone. I am Stephanie J, celebrity hairstylist, educator, cosmetology educator. Been in the business for forever, and I'm also a marketing manager for, I won't say the name, but a booking app for beauty and barbering professionals. Just a passion to pay it forward. That's all I got. Just I love the youth. I love touching the hearts of the youth, and luckily for me, I could do it through hair while they're in my chair.
Awesome. I love the sister love here. And then on my left, my right, I'm sorry, I don't know my directions.
Okay.
We have my sister, Sandy.
Hi, my name is Sandy Sanchez. I work here at YCCS. And I was honored by Ms. Hobson and inviting me to do makeup for these beautiful ladies. I've been doing makeup for about 20 years, on and off. I'm semi-retired, but when it's a passion, you never really retire. And just love to do it. So I'm honored that I was invited. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, ladies. The ladies of the day, we have to my left, Miss Khayla. Would you introduce yourself to the crowd?
Hi, my name is Khayla. I am.
She is shy, y'all.
Same.
Now, I hear that are you a senior?
Yes, I am. I'm a senior. I'm actually all A student.
I saw the report card.
You got the proof.
Yes, I got the receipts.
Right?
I got the receipts.
I actually own my own home in Texas.
That's right.
I decided or think that I should go to college where I actually own my home.
Awesome. And you're a model?
Yes. I'm actually a model. I model in bathing suits. I model in different designers or hairstyles or feet, hands, nails, different models.
Awesome. We're proud of you. And the lovely Crystal. She's an artist, y'all. Tell us about your, are you a senior also?
Yes, I am also a senior. I enjoy drawing and basically doing what is that form? Art called? Is it urban?
Urban graffiti?
Yeah, urban graffiti.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And too, as an artist, you don't have to put yourself in a box.
Yeah.
I went to an interdisciplinary art school where you could do sculpture, painting, digital media, print media. You don't have to put yourself in a box. You can just say that you're an artist.
Yes, and I love it, especially since we're always evolving. Like Stephanie just said, and you said, that this is a career. I've been doing it for a while, and I'm moving on to this. I'm doing that. You said that you're transitioning your brand, and so all of us are always evolving. And art is such a great genre to explore multidisciplines, multimedia, and she has some great work. I've actually had an opportunity to see it, and so you're very talented.
Thank you.
We're very proud of you as well. So today we're just going to have a few conversations, talk about some things that are important to us girls, but we're focusing on the glamour of being a senior and graduating from high school and moving on and making transitions. Sometimes it's scary and sometimes we don't know what to do, but you got 4 women at the table now that you can ask glamour questions about and other things if you have any other things that you'd like to discuss. And so we're going to start it with the hottest topic that I know that's on the table right now. And we're going to talk about this, and I'm going to point this question at Sister Stephanie, because we were talking about Will and Jada. Bam! Everybody, you know what? I had an opportunity yesterday. I was about to go to sleep, and on Hulu, it said that this was the last time I would get an opportunity to see the Oscars. And they did not cut out the famous slap, honey. And I was surprised. I'm like, oh, they cut it out by now. But it was still there. And all the shade was still there. And so, but I want to talk about it from the point of view from alopecia, because alopecia is something that a lot of women, a lot of girls are suffering from. And how do we combat that, especially when we want to be beautiful? Our hair is the first thing that we're going to look at in the mirror to say that we have arrived, and so we can get those beautiful curls. So what is alopecia, and how is it affecting us as women?
That's a great question. I like the first part of that. What is alopecia? Alopecia is hair loss, but there are so many different forms of hair loss of alopecia. The one that is very popular now is traction alopecia. Traction alopecia is when we get the braids and we're getting hair extensions and there's something that's pulling your hair and is causing it to come out. I'm very sensitive about that subject because African American women are suffering a lot now from traction alopecia because of the styling choices, or the professional that's putting the style in and they're not really educated about traction alopecia and how it can cause major damage. There are several different types of alopecia, and it can come from medication, it could be hereditary. I'll speak from a personal standpoint. I know that the slap came from possibly Jada not liking the comment that Chris Rock said. I get it. Should he have slapped him? I disagree with the act, but I do understand how it's a sensitive nature. I have hypothyroid. I can only speak for myself, and I've seen my customers struggle from alopecia because of a lack or deficiency in supplements or vitamins. So for me, I have hypothyroid. It causes the metabolism to slow down, and I also have high blood pressure. High blood pressure meds can cause alopecia. Now, I'm at a point now, because I've done so much research to save my own hair, that I discovered things that you can do. And I'll try to be quick about it because I am passionate about the subject. Number one, for traction alopecia, do not allow someone to sit and put hair extensions or lace units or anything with bonding in it, and you know it's causing damage, or getting braids and we think pain is beauty. Not so. Pain, it has nothing to do with beauty. I did the beautiful Khayla's hair, and she said this was a great experience. There was no tugging, there was no pulling, and she said normally she's scared of the experience. I pride myself on being very mindful of that, because no one should have to sit through anything that's painful when it comes to your glory. Your hair is your glory. So for me, what I did is I researched meds that the doctor had me on for my blood pressure, my thyroid. And I discovered that most of the contraindications cause hair loss. And so I'm like, hey, doctor, let's talk. Like, you could get me off of this. And then also another thing is when a follicle starts to close, you can't push hair out of that. So it doesn't naturally grow. So we don't want that hair to become, that scalp to become smooth with no follicles. Then it's hard to get it to grow back. So like I said, I could speak on this for forever. But just be mindful don't allow anyone to cause pain to when you're getting your styling. And then check your vitamin D levels, because vitamin D deficiencies causes hair loss. And most African American women or brown women have a deficiency, especially living in the Midwest. But again, it's a sensitive subject, but it can be corrected if we stop it before it causes major damage.
So what styles work for that? Because I know that she had some alopecia here. There was a scar, yada yada. What styles work for that? She went bald. You thinking about balding?
Maybe one day in life.
I think we've all had one point in our lives where we're like, just shave it all off and just keep it going. But a nice, beautiful scarf and keep it going.
When I get my ends clip, I'm like, oh my god.
I'm going to tell you, my mother shaved her hair and she looks like a diva. Beautiful. I mean, you have to have an attitude and you have to walk with, and then her eyes are popping, so she looks great. And so that's the great thing about women. We can go from bald to long hair. We can sew it in. We can, braid it. There's so many different opportunities. But what's hot this year? Like, what are the styles that are hot this year for girls who are going on prom? What do you think? Wigs? What kind of wigs?
Frontals, lace fronts, all of that, like wigs are just popping. You don't really see too much females women, young ladies that walk around with their natural hair nowadays. So.
I think it's easier, where you can put something on and style it, and just feel confident. Because, like you said, we all have some issues. I have gone through lost hair as well, and that's due to chemo, which, I didn't lose it all, but I did lose a lot of it. So it's very thinning, as an older woman, plus the stress and other things. But I definitely think that, I lost my train of thought.
Because you can be excited too.
I'm like, let's
your
stop there.
confidence is amazing.
Let's just stop and just say she is a survivor.
She is a survivor. That's why I got excited. I'm like, oh, your energy is beautiful.
I love it. And so that's something that we don't always think about. That a lot of times hair loss could be from going through something traumatic, tragic, medicines that you're taking, accidents that you may have been in, fights. Girl, ladies, don't be fighting.
Right.
You don't fight.
Yeah, not good.
And I wanted to double back on the popular prom hairstyles. We said wigs, and I know wigs are very, very expensive. And a lot of girls feel like they have to have a wig, but that's not necessary. For me, when the wig wave came, I stuck to my sew-ins. I did not care, okay? Sew-ins, natural hair, updos, ponytails. There's so many other alternative ways versus having to get a 40-inch Argentine lace front, okay? That can be beneficial and beautiful for prom. You could buy a drawstring ponytail at the beauty supply store, look at a YouTube tutorial on how to do a ponytail, and make it look beautiful. So I don't want people to feel like they have to invest in a wig because that's the popular style. No.
Yeah.
It's okay to be a little different.
What are wigs costing now? Like what's the highest one?
The highest would be a good 700.
700.
That's
The highest?
That's not the highest.
1,500.
Yeah, over 1,000.
Plus, you gotta get it installed, which is another $400 to $500.
Are you
Some of the wigs, they go off texture. So the texture of the hair, like Malaysian, Brazilian, like that's what it is.
Peruvian.
The knots are bleached. I don't really know too much because I don't wear them, but
They bleach, plucked, all like everything. That's how much.
a car note.
I like you. So
I think more of a mortgage.
I think a good wig is good because you're able to, you can switch. I want to be, this today. I want to be Stacy today.
Yes.
And I think that's the best part. It's that you can feel a certain way. Because most of all, I think that when it comes to how you dress, makeup, and hair is how you feel.
Yeah, that's
We can rock and being bald is that confidence that you have. And we have to, as women, really uplift one another.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, if it's an example,
Yeah.
$20 wig versus a $2,000, you also have to worry about your pocket. So I think it's just lifting each other up and say it's okay to rock this or this. So.
And it's how you take care of it. Even when, I don't want to derail the conversation. conversation. But even when it comes to expensive clothes or the dresses that they have on, they can look super expensive, but they aren't. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's about how you wear it, how you take care of it, how you style it, how you put it together, and how you show up in it.
Exactly.
All right, so let's go on that derailed moment, okay? Because we talked about the style. Let's talk about this. These ladies came in today with their jeans on, and they have transformed right before our eyes. It has been a wonderful day of surprises, just seeing them, as I said, turn from beauties to beautifuls. And so, tell us, what did you do? What we're going to start with Sandy.
Oh, okay. I did ask her questions if she wears makeup, what is it, the look she was going for. She doesn't really wear too much makeup. She's more of a natural beauty. She doesn't really need anything. So I just kept it simple, kept it soft, glamorous, but yet, for a special event like prom, she can feel a bit more glamorous, but kept it more like her, I felt her personality was, more reserved, a little shy, but still definitely a beautiful young lady.
All right. So, do you wear makeup, Crystal?
Not normally. I just normally just put on some lashes and that's it. So
Okay. So, would you I love this. Is this a smoky eye?
It's a soft smoky, because again, she doesn't wear a lot of makeup, so I didn't want to take her out of her comfort zone. The thing is, with makeup, it's not to change who you are unless you want to, because sometimes we want to be, like you said, Stacey.
A new person.
Exactly. And makeup can do that, but because she doesn't wear makeup on an average, I wanted her to feel comfortable in her own skin. So it's a soft smoky, a little glam, and if she wanted to, she can go a little darker. If it, towards the end of the night, or pop a nice lip gloss. Simple and classic. I think it's, she makes her look even more beautiful than what she already is.
Beautiful. Okay, and Stephanie, you did her hair?
I did. I just did a flat iron curl, very simple. She has both of them actually have a lot of hair. So just kept it really simple, and then I did a little bit of an updo in the top, just to add a little more texture. There's a fishtail in the back, and it's beautiful.
It was cute because both of them came in with she came in with her hair straight, and so when I saw her the next time, she had all of these curls. I was like, that is cute. It's a very beautiful transformation, very dramatic transformation. And Blair, you the style. Can you give us a little bit information about Crystal's style?
Yes, I've been a wardrobe stylist for about 8 years now. What I've learned is you don't necessarily always have to spend the big buck. For my prom, I don't even want to talk about how much money I spent. For me, only to be at prom for 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Think about that when you get married.
Ridiculous. So I started doing a prom styling service in 2018 where I would style girls for prom and basically do it within a budget of under like $500 in total. That's for shoes, accessories, dress, etc. And what I did was I shopped at boutiques and stores that people shop at regularly for normal clothes that also sell gowns. I won't shout out the names because they're not endorsing us, but yeah, so I used a couple boutiques and stores and bought some dresses. Unfortunately, some of my prom girls in 2020 at the pandemic, they couldn't go to prom and they had dresses and they told me, whatever you do, just keep them. So I've had these dresses and I'm grateful that we had some ladies that could wear them because I was looking at them and they were looking at me and I'm like, these are beautiful dresses. They need to be out. So I think the colors end up matching their skin beautifully. And when I do style people, I style based off like timelessness. I don't really like trendy in any essence. So these dresses, even though I've had since 2020, still today are still beautiful and still can translate well for prom, which is the goal when building your wardrobe.
Absolutely. Nice.
Absolutely. And so how do you feel?
I feel confident. I love it. I love everything. The process. Everything was really fun.
Good. And you look beautiful, lovely, lovely, lovely. So let's talk about Miss Khayla and her makeup, her dramatic eyes.
Well, her personality was definitely on a different level than Crystal. I mean, very simple, young, beautiful young lady, but I definitely felt that she can definitely do a little bit more dramatic. She has beautiful eyes, a makeup artist's dream to do a very dramatic, dark, smoky, and I thought that she can definitely carry it, and she definitely does, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to give her something more dramatic, because I know she can carry it.
Yeah, and it's funny because looking at them when they came in, and then when they put their makeup, like it was for Khayla, it was the lashes, and so when she saw her lashes on, she started to flutter, and and for Crystal, when she got her makeup done, and everyone's like, ooh, she like she said, it gives you more confidence when you look great, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Stephanie, what about Miss Khayla's hair?
Ooh, Miss Khayla. Miss Khayla had a lot of beautiful hair as well. She came in with her natural texture, and she had a high ponytail. So when we took it out, it's just like, woo. It was deceiving up in the ponytail, but she has a lot of beautiful, healthy hair. And I did a silk press on her. Just I smoothed her hair out with a flat iron, and then we also did some flat iron curls as well. And then I just fingered them to soften them up, so she wouldn't be so Shirley Temple-ish. Mm-hmm. And it goes well. She's gorgeous.
Right. And so these colors, I think I like that you said they're timeless. Mm-hmm. And so I love this. I don't know. This is not lame, is it?
I'm not sure the fabric off the top of my hand, but it's definitely a glitter-based fabric. It's very lightweight, springtime colors, light, cool colors. And the thing about this glitter sequin, which I like, it's like pressed into the fabric. Like they use silver. Yeah, they use a metallic thread to create the fabric. It's not like glitter glued on top of the fabric. You know how in the fibers of any fabric, when it's woven together, they use different fibers, and here they use blue and metallic silver, which gives it that pickup, like nice iridescent feel.
And so is that the same technique, or is this a sequin on Miss Crystal's dress?
That one is definitely a sequin. That's like a tulle mesh material that they added sequin onto, but they're actually flat sequin, not 3D sequin. So they still pick up an iridescent feel, but they're not gonna fall off. Like, again, these sequins have been holding on for like 2 years. So.
Yeah, I like the look. I hope the girls love it, because they look so classic. They're classically beautiful. Classically, it's like simple but so elegant that it's when you walk in the room, everyone's gonna. Do you all know that song? I'm old. No men all pause when I walk into the room. I'm not gonna say that. That's all I remember. So, you guys are seniors, and that's exciting. Like, when I graduated from high school about 5 years ago.
Me too.
It was after I sang all those old songs that this is a great and fun thing, but it's also can be a scary thing stepping out into our next phase. So, as seniors, tell us about what you plan on doing after you graduate from Westtown Academy.
After I graduate, I know I want to go to college, but I want it, and I still want to be an interior home designer. So I'm like going because I'm like a designer. Like when I go home, my room is designed, everything just designed. I just like to keep stuff neat. So yeah.
Awesome.
That's great. After I graduate, I really plan on going to college, but I also plan on getting a job to support like all the funds. And also I'm really interested in being a morgue technician.
Oh really?
Yeah, very interesting.
And I think it's Malcolm X College that has a program, right? Yes. So you're applied. Have you applied there?
I'm thinking about going into that school, yes, but I have not yet applied.
Okay.
I think that definitely college is great, but there are also trade schools that can be done besides a four-year university or community college. There's a lot of careers that you can do, like being a mortician, that you don't need to go to a traditional for your university if you're not ready for it. I decided later on in life that I wanted to get my bachelor's. So anything is possible, but I definitely think that trade school is. I think a lot of people are not thinking about it, and there's still money in there. A plumber, electrician, make good money. Mortician, they make awesome money. It's not always about the money. It's really you have to find what you're passionate about. So it's a way of also being creative. Although people don't think of that as a mortician creative, but yeah, hair and makeup.
Yeah. And from a creative standpoint, like with interior design, workshops are a huge thing, right? So I don't know if you do social media. I'm heavy on social media. Like it's so important to me. But it's a great way to network. It's saying that to say it's a great way to network. And if you follow interior designers that you appreciate their work, a lot of times stylists, interior designers, they have workshops where you can learn a lot of information that you may not even learn in school. Because I will say from a fashion standpoint, design and styling, the bulk of what I learned was in the field, not in the textbook.
Hands-on, absolutely.
Awesome. All right, so making those transitions, and so we're expecting to see you and all of our young ladies from Youth Connection have that opportunity to pursue college, careers, and other pathways. And so I'll be looking to hear back from you about your progress along the way. So don't lose my number, okay? All right. And so as you are making that transition, I want you to think back for a moment because Youth Connection is not a traditional school setting. We serve students 16 to 21 who are transitioning from other schools and who have an opportunity to come to our schools. And I love this. I think that one of the things that we do well is pay attention to our young people and focus on the things that they want to do and be able to accomplish the things that they can accomplish and motivate them to do that. What has been your experience as a student and a soon-to-be graduate from Westtown Academy? Can you tell us more about that?
I really enjoy Westtown Academy. I think it's a really good school. I love the teachers. Everyone is like really just there for you. There's a lot, even though it's like a small setting. There's like it feels like the people are your family, basically.
Yeah.
You feel close to everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have amazing mentors. I will say that. We have amazing staff. They are very amazing.
Lots of patience.
Lots, and I shout out to them with that because yeah. But in my opinion, for the future reference for any woman that is going to be seniors, keep going towards your dream. Anything can come long as you try. Long as you stick into it.
Yes, I love that. That's one of the things that I was always taught. Keep pushing towards your dreams, and you will be able to accomplish it. And I think another thing to understand is everyone doesn't go the traditional route, right? Everyone doesn't go. You just said I love. Sandy has this picture in her office that she drew, and you want to talk about it?
Sure. It was one of those things that, an epiphany. I have, it's just a straight line. A straight line at the end has a little point. That's the way that everybody thinks. I'm going to get from point A to point B. That's not realistic. That's not life. So I have two pictures. One with a straight line, and the other one is just squiggly and going up and down, but it's still, there's a point at the end. Mm-hmm. So life is not perfect. Life doesn't always happen the way we want to, but that doesn't mean we can't dream. Just we may not get there in a straight line. So as long as you keep going, you can get to the end. It's just, ups and downs and curves and turns.
So what's your favorite program or class at Westtown Academy?
I like them all. Well,
what will you miss the most once you walk across that stage? Or once you grab your diploma?
I would say the teachers. The staff.
Yes.
That's what I would say. Majority, because they help you grow in a different type of just physical way. They help you grow mentally as well. Yes. So having that, they're not just your teachers, they're like your best friends.
Awesome.
That's great. That's sweet.
Awesome. Okay, so as you transition, we want you to look beautiful and be beautiful inside and out. And so as you go and grow and blossom into the women that you are becoming, we want to leave you with some tips And so I'm going to start with Blaire because she's full of tips.
Okay. Yes. And I'm like, when it came to this, I thought about like 12 things just now. So I don't know where to start. But I would say, especially transitioning into womanhood, I mean, my first thing would be feel everything that you're feeling and don't run from it. You know more than you think you know. And you have everything that you need to succeed. Like, don't think that, oh, I can be successful once I get this. That's false. Like, use what you have right in front of you in order to reach your dreams and reach your goals. Be okay with feeling your emotions and letting it fall through, but don't make hasty decisions based on that. Just allow yourself to grow and learn and have empathy with yourself, just as you would have empathy with the next person. When you forgive a friend, when you forgive a boyfriend, when you forgive whoever, when they do something that, you know, hurts your feelings. Sometimes we do stuff that makes ourselves disappointed, or we may not be where we want to be quick enough and we may feel disappointed in ourselves. Give yourself empathy, and as long as you're putting one foot in front of the other, as long as you are taking a conscious effort every day to be better than you were the day before, it's okay. Not all days are going to be good days. Some days are going to be bad days. But that's okay. Like, it's a part of the journey. Like, shit is not straight. It's curvy. It's up and down. And as women, we have a lot of emotions anyway, you know? So you got to make sure that it's okay to feel those emotions. Like, just let it ride out. And normally, if you... Okay, last one. If you have a dream, right? Like, if you have a dream, if you see a goal for yourself, you see that goal for a reason. So it's attainable. Even if you saw nobody else do it, maybe you're supposed to be the person to do it, right? We don't come up with things or have visions of things we're supposed to accomplish for no reason. We have those visions because deep down in our psyche, deep down in our makeup, we're supposed to do it. So just do it, even if it sounds crazy. You might have to keep it to yourself because everybody may not believe in it. So as long as you know, it's you and you versus you, always.
Love it.
Yes.
No
All right. You gonna follow that, Stephanie
I
J?
will. Take it out, try. Blaire, you did great, honey.
I got 10 more.
You got 10 more?
She dropped the
I'll
mic.
let you drop the mic.
Woo, that was good.
Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. I'll just piggyback off of a few things that both Blaire and Sandy said. Blaire says vision. She just mentioned vision. I'm a huge believer of vision boards.
Yes,
and you don't have to stare at your vision board once you create it, and make your vision board unique. Like, there's no rules to making vision boards. Do your research on them, but I'm a firm believer when you write it down and make it plain, it'll come to pass. And like, just don't like gawk over it. Put it on paper, put it on the board, walk away from it, but in your mind you start accomplishing everything that you wrote down. And you may not accomplish things right away, but go back to it like maybe 2-3 months later and you'll be like, whoa, oh my God, I had this on my vision board. And just see how it just happens for you. And she also mentioned, like, there's no competition. Like, you're only competing against yourself, but also give yourself some grace and give others grace, because we are just as hard as we are on ourselves. We're just as hard on everyone else. So have grace for others and respect others in their space, and love yourself unconditionally, and also love your loved ones and forgive. Like, when you let go and you forgive and you move on, those things will release itself, and you'll have such a better, more fruitful life. And like, joy it's a gift, and it's hard to find. But
I'm like so embracing her.
That's my new BFF. We're gonna hang out. But yeah, just like, discover what joy feels like, and like, while you're accomplishing, Sandy mentioned like that the line can be like this, and it goes different ways for everybody else.
The picture and sell it now.
Yes, you do. It's really good. So, but all I could do was picture hurdles, while somebody else think it's gonna go from this point to point A to point B. We have to jump our own hurdles, but while you're jumping them, know that you can, and don't give up. But also enjoy your life while you're doing it.
Fun.
Enjoy your life. Have fun. You're young. Take the pressure off. It's gonna happen. I'm proud of you already.
Yes.
Have fun. That's a good one. Just have fun.
Have fun.
Don't be so serious.
I'm like, they're talking about, I'm gonna note this one, I'm gonna note this one. Okay, I'm not gonna say one or two things because I'm like, I have a list. you're going to make mistakes. That's just, you're going to make mistakes. If you can, look for other women for resources and learn from those mistakes, because that's only going to make you better and stronger. So always think you're not going to fall back. You're going to fall forward. And when you do fall forward, you have to stand in that power, because power is knowledge. I know it's a cliche, but the more you know, the more you do, and the better you feel about yourself. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to shout and scream. But know that the next day you take another step and move forward to that dream. So just remember, we're women. We're powerful beings. We created this world. So stand in your power.
All right, what tips do you ladies have for the for our viewing audience?
Sorry, give me a minute. I think that everyone should be their own self and just embrace who you are. Don't try to be like anybody else, because that's going. No, just don't do that. But yeah, just embrace yourself. Be
I like
confident.
that. I like that.
I think just do what fits you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to rush anything. Don't try to force anything. Just be you. That's all.
I like that. I think it's really important that we all be able to stand in the mirror and look at her and love her just for where she is, and as you said, have a vision of her as she is becoming. And we're always this has been a recurring theme, that we're always becoming, and so allow yourself to unfurl, let that flower bloom, and always, like you said, stand in your sun that's going to nourish you and nurture you and love you for who you are. Because you deserve that, sister. You deserve it. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Ladies, who runs the world?
Girls.
Yes. And I'm so excited to have these wonderful, talented, beautiful ladies at this table.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing what you're going to do next. And thank you.